AC Milan has been on fire in this transfer window. The amount of money that they have spent and the amount of players that they have bought is incredible. They used to be at the pinnacle of Italian football until unfortunately they started drifting away and Juventus took over their spot. But it now appears that AC Milan are done sitting on the sidelines and just taking part and being part of the numbers. They want to get back to the top. They are not messing around in this transfer window. If they want a player, they get that player. This is sort of how I imagine most AC Milan negotiations have probably gone in this transfer window. We want your player. He's going to cost you. How much for him? 30 million. Boom, here you go. And so far this season, because I'm sure they're not done yet, this is the team that they have. Their defense is looking incredible. However, their midfield and their attack, maybe not as good. But they do have some nice players that I'm sure, especially in FIFA 18, are going to get a bit of a kick up the arse when it comes to their ratings. But Andre Silva is a big one. I don't even know. Why would they get Barini? Anyway, moving on. They also got Conti and they also got Casilla. There's also another player that they brought in who is obviously going to be quite good for them, but unfortunately, for some whatever reason, I couldn't bring him into the team. That player is Hakan Çalhanoğlu, you know, the Turkish free kick specialist. But for whatever reason, when I went to go put him into the AC Milan team, I could not find him anywhere. This isn't too uncommon for career mode. It's updated weekly. Players can get removed and then put back into career mode, but never with a player as good or as highly rated as Çalhanoğlu. So it's a bizarre thing that has happened in this career mode, in this little video, but I cannot put Çalhanoğlu in the team because he's not even in career mode. It's a weird one for sure, but yeah, we just can't put him in the team because he's not in career mode. So we're going to have to go without him. Aside from that though, I have perfectly recreated this AC Milan team so long as the player is actually in FIFA. That also, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, includes the transfers out, which aren't being talked about as much, but trust me, there have been a lot of players leaving AC Milan just as much have gone in. I was wondering what my thoughts were going to be when I built the team up in career mode and then eventually simmed an entire season with them, because that is what we're going to do. We're going to see if this AC Milan team can win the Serie A. And then not only that, maybe for shits and giggles, we put them in the Premier League to see how well they'll do there. But now we get to find out how they go in a career mode simulation. I'm probably going to sim it 10 games at a time in the league. We're going to then check what their progress is and how they're going on the table. But I'm going to make the prediction right now that I don't think this AC Milan team in career mode is going to be able to win Serie A. I think Juventus is still probably a bit too good, and I reckon that maybe they'll probably end up finishing second AC Milan. And just because it's worthy of noting, AC Milan and Juventus played the Supercoppa as well. That ended in a 1-1 draw, but Juventus ended up taking it on penalties. And so, I don't know if that's too good a gauge for what's going to happen for the rest of the season, but so far, Juventus have the advantage. Okay then, so we fast forward 10 games into the future, or at least the 1st of November. That's where we are at the moment. It's actually 11 games that have been played, you know, if you want to be specific, but this is where we are in the table right now, and it makes for some pretty interesting reading. As you can see, some teams that you wouldn't expect to be up the top are up there. You got Sampdoria, Fiorentina, Atalanta, Juventus in 4th, Roma in 5th. I mean, where's AC Milan? Well, let's just keep on going then, okay? So we got Lazio there, okay. Inter Milan's there, okay. Empoli's there, okay. Napoli's there. What the fuck is happening? Napoli, Genoa, Udinese, where the fuck are Milan? Just fast forward to it. They're in 15th. What are they doing in 15th? 3 wins, 3 draws, 5 losses in their first 11 games. They're sitting on 12 points. What the fuck has happened? What honestly has happened to this team that apparently was supposed to be challenging Juventus? And what happened to Juventus? They're stuck in 4th. Okay, let's just calm down for a second. They're still 12 points off the top spot with a good chunk of games left to go. Maybe they could bounce back, but it takes something special. Let's just advance to the 1st of January, okay? A few more games forward. Let's see if they can get back on track. So we have now moved 2 months ahead to January 1st, and my manager rating, I haven't looked at the table yet, but my manager rating looks to have improved. And not only has my manager rating improved, but so has our position on the table. We're still way below where I thought we would be at this point, but we are at least up into the top 10, sitting in 9th, just unfortunately a few points behind, or just a point behind our rivals Inter Milan. But if you look at the difference in points between all the teams in like the top 10, it's literally only just a couple of points. We are 2 wins away from taking top spot, and there's still an entire half of the season left to go. And if it is so close at this point in the season, if we keep performing consistently and keep picking up points, especially wins, then maybe we might see ourselves in the top 4 and in a position to maybe go on to push for the title. Okay, we are now a few more months ahead in the season, and I can tell you, before spoiling where exactly we are in the table, that we have improved our position. We were 9th at the start of January when we last simulated ahead, and now we have climbed not 2 positions, not 3, not 4, not 5, just 1. 1 position. We're fucking 8th. Are you joking? Remember how we were only 6 points away from top spot? We're now fucking 14 points away from top spot. AC Milan were shit at the start of the season, got sort of okay toward the halfway point, and then just crapped themselves again. Despite all that, we've actually climbed the table, so I don't know if you can call that success. I don't fucking think so. Sampdoria and Fiorentina have dropped absolutely almost as hard as we have. They've now fallen into 6th and 7th, but bro, we're not even in the top 4. We're not even getting European football at this point. Oh, and AC Milan are back. Yeah, fucking oath they are. Unbelievable. Is this the divide? Is this the difference between having Hakan Çalhanoğlu in your team and not having Hakan Çalhanoğlu in your team? If we had him in our team, and yeah, sure, he probably would have scored, 6 or 7 absolute banging free kicks top corner, but I still can't believe that's just not good enough of an excuse to be in 8th position. But now, seeming ahead to the end of the season, it would take a freaking miracle for us to even get close to finishing in the top spot, let alone finishing top 4. We might not see AC Milan even get Champions League with all that they have spent. And the end of the season is upon us. Now, I know that throughout the entire season, AC Milan was struggling, but ladies and gentlemen, an absolutely fucking amazing thing has just happened. Ladies and gentlemen, Milan have somehow managed to beat Juventus, and they have finished on top of the Serie A, except it's Inter Milan. So yeah, Inter Milan end up finishing in first. It's incredible. AC Milan spent all this money, and their rivals are the ones that win. Anyway, moving on. Juventus then finishing in second, Roma finishing third, Lazio finishing fourth. We're just going to keep going down until we eventually come across Milan. 15th, Napoli, Sampdoria 6th, Fiorentina 7th, AC Milan finishing in 8th position. They did not move from their 8th spot when we last simulated ahead. Can't believe it. They finished on 59 points, and Inter Milan had 79 points. That is the difference. A 20-point gap between the team that finished first and AC Milan. That is ridiculous. I don't know if this career mode simulation has just been absolutely dirty to AC Milan, or if all those transfers out are actually going to hurt this Milan side just as badly as they will in real life, as it has in this career mode. I doubt that very highly. I'll be shocked if AC Milan ended up finishing this poorly, but either way, that is the career mode simulation in Serie A. Here we go, lads. It's time for the absolutely ridiculous hypothetical. After getting their asses spanked in Serie A, can AC Milan do it in the Premier League? I haven't just put AC Milan in the Premier League. I also chucked out the 3 teams that were relegated, obviously Hull City, Middlesbrough and Sunderland, and I put in, on top of AC Milan, Newcastle United and Brighton. Unfortunately, Huddersfield, you're going to have to be the team that doesn't make it in, just because of the fact that you did it through the playoffs. And you know, part of me almost wouldn't be surprised if they actually did do better than what they did in the bloody Serie A last time out. They finished so poorly. We're trying to beat 59 points. That's what they got last time, and they ended up finishing 8th. We'll see how many points they can pick up in the Premier League, and of course, how high they can finish in the table. All right then, we are 10 games into the Premier League, and has AC Milan been able to get off to a much better start than they did last time? Or are they starting it slow again? Well, let's take a look again, scrolling down super quick. Arsenal and Chelsea and Spurs currently 1st, 2nd, 3rd. Not too surprising there. Palace in 4th. Okay, a bit surprising. Everton 5th. That's kind of around where you would expect them. City obviously could be doing a bit better. Leicester City 7th. West Brom 8th. Watford 9th, West Ham 10th. What the fuck is happening? Manchester United 11th, Liverpool 12th, Swansea 13th. AC Milan 14th position. What? Are you... These career mode simulations are starting to hurt my fucking brain, honestly. AC Milan in 14th. And then you've got Manchester United and Liverpool 10th, or should I say fucking 11th and 12th. But nah, again, AC Milan almost no fucking better. They have 10 points from 10 games played, about what they had last time. And I think a pretty similar position as well. I don't know exactly where they were after the first simulation in the Serie A, but it's basically the exact same start. How am I almost not surprised? This is ridiculous. Are we going to see AC Milan get relegated from the Premier League when we were all going off about how incredible this new team was? And I know it's absolutely nothing to base my argument on, but off of these career mode simulations, it's validating my point to an extent. And now we reach the halfway point of this career mode simulation, and honestly, part of me just wants to get this over and done with, because this is just not going to plan at all. The top of the table relatively unchanged, although Manchester United have got their shit together. Good job, they're up in 5th. But AC Milan are still kicking about in the bottom half of the table. They are 11th right now. How many points? 23 points. Actually, wait, I take that back. It was 22 points, but still, it's just... I think we may have all bought into the hype a little bit too early, guys. I mean, they spent 200 million on a bunch of new transfers, and we think, oh, they're going to be the shit this year. I mean, Manchester City will spend just that on defenders. Let's calm our shit, bro. And to be honest with you, lads, I'm not even fucking kicking around anymore. I can't be asked with the bands. We're just going to finish this. AC Milan are still about, 30 or something games in. Now they're 11th. They're still 11th. I mean, 36 points. Have I got that right this time? Yes, good job. And I thought the challenge was to try to beat our 59-point total in the Serie A. This AC Milan team has just not been fucking doing anything. Fuck this shit. Let's just end it. Seriously, this has just gone absolutely terribly. This is an absolute abortion of a career mode simulation. Whoa. Actually, hang on a sec. I'll just stop this for a sec because have we made it to an FA Cup final? I might have to retitle this video from Can AC Milan win the Premier League to Can AC Milan win the FA Cup? We'll just check on where they finished. Obviously, somehow finding their way into the top 10, good on them, but they literally only got 51 points in an entire season. That is even less than what they got in the Serie A. A way worse finish in a way worse season, but apparently they've done bits in the cup. All right then, we'll see what happens. And again, because this is a career mode simulation, I'm not going to intervene here. We're just going to sit back and watch and see what happens. A 4-3-3. Oh, wow. All right, but that didn't last very long. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. That's what it took for them to concede. Are you fucking kidding me, AC Milan? Can you just not be the banter club of the year for 1 second? Oh, they picked up a... Oh, my God. They pick up a fucking equalizer and then concede immediately within, again, another 2... Oh, I can't believe it. They got a goal right before halftime and then conceded again. Deulofeu misses a penalty. Banter club of the year, ladies and gentlemen. And then that's the sealer. 3-1, they'll lose the FA Cup final. All right, so no, they can't win the Premier League and they can't even win the FA Cup. I don't know. This did not go the way I thought it would, but there you go. AC Milan cannot win the Serie A. Buggered if they can even make Champions League in Serie A. It's just not happening for them. And in the Premier League, forget about it. I think FIFA is wrong on this one. I'm pretty sure that AC Milan are going to at least finish in the top 4 this season. They've invested heavily. Surely you're going to get some sort of return for that. I don't know, but we will see what happens. Let me know in the comments how you think AC Milan are going to go. I reckon personally, they're not winning the league. I reckon Juventus are going to go, what, 6 or 7 straight, but they might get close. Until next time, guys, my name is Martz Bucks. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and have a good one.